Hi everybody, Dina here, and today I'm sharing a what I eat in a day video. I like to share these videos and I like to watch these videos. It's really interesting the variety of whole plant foods that there are out there and watching the different combinations that people put together. I find these types of videos really informative and I get all kinds of ideas from them. So I hope in sharing mine today that I can give you some ideas on how to include some nutritious, healthy, colorful, plant-based meals into your day. And if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also comment and let me know what you think. I try to get back to everybody's comment as soon as I can, and I appreciate you guys watching. So let's get started with what I had for breakfast this morning, which was delicious. If you have watched any of my other What I Eat in a Day videos, you've probably seen me make a version of this tropical chia pudding. It's so delicious and so nourishing. It's my favorite way to start the day, and I'm just starting with some raw coconut yogurt, and I'm adding a scoop of Sun Warrior vanilla protein powder, about a tablespoon of chia seeds, and I will add my blue spirulina powder to this. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. It's super nutrient dense, high in protein, but you only use a little bit. But it's really high in minerals, really good for you, and it just adds such a fun color to the chia pudding. So I'll just give that a mix and let it sit aside for a while I snack on dates and water, and Rock and I are going to go for a walk. And by the time I get back from my walk, my chia pudding will be perfect. Nice and thick and creamy, and I'm also having some watermelon juice with a little bit of mint from out of the garden. And to top my chia pudding, I have some fresh pineapple and mango, and of course a banana because it's my favorite, and some shredded coconut. And I'm also going to add a little bit of my raw protein yogurt and a little bit of hemp seeds. And I don't think I show it here, but I also put a pinch of salt on the top of this. I love salt on the bananas. It's so good, sweet and salty, and this has a mixture of textures, so satisfying and so nourishing. That is why it is one of my favorite breakfasts, and you'll see me eat it on repeat. When it came time for a mid-morning snack, I snacked on these lemon ginger tahini protein bites, which were so good, and I will link the recipe in the description box. All right, time for some lunch. It is kind of a dreary day out today, and Mr. Tony and I have been running some errands, and we are back from all of that, and I am so hungry. What I didn't show is on the way home from the store, I did snack on a plum, which was kind of disappointing. I don't know, it was kind of dry, not very sweet. So, oh well. On to better things. I am going to make for lunch today a raw burrito. There are several versions out there. This is a very simple, very basic raw burrito. You can call it a wrap, you can call it a hand salad, whatever you like to call it. But let me show you what is going in mine. I have some freshly washed collards that I just bought, nice and juicy and fresh. I have about half of a head of raw cauliflower that I've washed. I have a little bit of salad mix. This is just a mixture of salad that I had left over. It's got all kinds of greens and nuts and seeds and hemp seeds and a little bit of bell pepper and different things in it. So that's ready to go. I have some of my walnut dip that I did make in another video, and I will link that below. This is delicious, very easy to make. It's basically just soaked walnuts with some oregano and other spices. Very good. And I have a little bit of nutritional yeast and coconut yogurt for a dipping sauce. I'll be adding some hot sauce to that, and I have some purple onion and some red bell pepper. Just took a minute to gather up all of these ingredients. Most of everything was already good to go in the refrigerator. And for my spices, I just have some smoked chilies that I had dehydrated out of last year's garden, and these need to be used up, so they are definitely going in here. They're very spicy and a little bit smoky. And I have some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some cumin. And I'm just going to put all of that right in to pulse with my cauliflower. And I'm just going to pulse it up to a like rice-like texture. And I have a little bit of pink salt, because we need a little salt. That smells wonderful. Okay, so just a few pulses, and I have cauliflower rice, nice and fluffy. And whatever I don't use in this burrito, this wrap, I will put in a container and put in the freezer, and it will be ready to go another time. Fresh cauliflower does not stay good all that long in the refrigerator, so I find if you're not going to eat it in a day or two, it's best to just go ahead and pop it in the freezer. So let's get on to assembling one of these beautiful babies. So I'm just going to lay this out flat and put my walnut dip right through the middle. Kind of like if you're having a traditional burrito, you would put some beans. So some healthy fats and some protein. I'm going to put a little bit of my salad mix. This has like arugula and radicchio and some other fancy lettuces in there. Super tasty. And a little bit of kale. Okay, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of my riced cauliflower. Okay, and some of my red bell pepper. This is going to be so good. And some purple onion. And I normally would add a big heap of cilantro to this, but they did not have any cilantro at the store. I was quite disappointed. So we just wrap this up like a burrito. Just going to leave that there while I mix some hot sauce into my yogurt dipping sauce here. And that went by pretty quickly. A quick, nourishing, beautiful, colorful lunch. That's what I love. And that might be a little bit much on the hot sauce because this hot sauce is very hot. But I think I can handle it. I really love hot stuff. How about you? Tell me in the comments, are you a mild, medium, hot, or death pepper hot? I'm a hot, not a death pepper hot. Perfect. I'm quite sure you don't want any. And I know Rock does not like spicy stuff. This is so good. This really hits the spot. This is going to be... This cat, every time I come in here now, he thinks that he deserves a treat. So him and the dog have to stand around and harass me the whole time I'm trying to record for you guys. Let me take him for a walk. This is my fuel for a run, and I will see you at dinner time. No Bo Biscuit. Managed to get a 12 pine cone day today. Not bad. It'll be 6.5 miles. Not too bad, but I ran out of daylight and the bats are out. Can you see them? The bats are out and the lightning bugs. Oh, there they went. I don't think they're picking up on camera too good, but not a bad run. Not a bad run at all. I'm going to try for my 8 again tomorrow and maybe get a little bit earlier of a start. But oh man, is it nice out. It is breezy and cool and the air smells amazing. It smells like spring rain, honeysuckle, and mimosa trees. If you don't live in a part of the world where mimosa trees grow, oh man, it's hard to explain. It's like a mixture of honeysuckle, jasmine, and rose. They smell amazing and they are absolutely gorgeous. They have frilly little leaves and big pink flowers. They're so pretty. On my way home from the park, I had a coconut water for some electrolytes. These are so good after a run or a workout. And I decided for dinner that Cuban bowl sounded really, really good. So that's what I'm having. A lot of nights I will have just a bowl and mix it up, different grains, different beans, different vegetables. Tonight this is kind of the Cuban style bowl, and I'm starting with just a bed of greens. Those are my mixed greens. That's the last of them. Gonna be good, but they needed to be used up. And I have a plantain that's going on there. I'm gonna season up. And I have some avocado, and I have some grains and some beans heating up, and I'll get to those in a minute. But my sauce earlier for my burrito was so yummy, I just made some more for this bowl. But I wanted to show you how I'm cooking the plantain. If you've never had a plantain before, it looks like a banana, tastes kind of like a banana too. But it's like a mix between maybe a banana and a potato. Like if a banana and a potato had a baby, it would be a plantain or something close. So, but you do have to, the peel is kind of tough. You do have to let them get all the way ripe. This one is just ripe enough to go on the dinner plate. And I'm going to slice it just kind of on the diagonal like that in large pieces. And I'm going to kind of just mash it down with my fork like that. And this one looks just about perfect. And you can eat these raw. These make great bases for raw desserts, and because they have like a firm starchy texture. They're kind of sweet, but not too sweet. I'm just making some grooves in there with my fork so my spices will stick in those grooves, just like that. So, let me show you what's going in for spices to flavor this up. I have some salt, some black pepper, I have a little bit of Mexican oregano, and these are just my dried spices I had on the shelf over there from out of the garden. I have some more of my smoky peppers because it was so good. And I have some dehydrated green and white onion, and I have a little bit of cinnamon. So I'm going to mix these all together, get them mixed up really good. And I'm just going to coat my plantain with those. And if you wanted to keep this raw, you could certainly just pop these in the dehydrator for a few minutes, kind of warm them up and give the spices a little bit of time to meld in there into that plantain. Oh, this smells delicious. And if I didn't say, because I'm so hungry and maybe a little bit brain dead from that run, I don't know. There's cumin in there also. Cumino. I'm just smashing that down in there really good. And I'm just going to let these sit and hang out and let the spices kind of get down in there for a few minutes while my rice and beans heat up, and just kind of let them marinate a little bit, I guess, while my rice and beans heat up. And then I'm going to pop them in the air fryer for, I don't know, just a couple of minutes, just a little bit, to get them a little bit toasty on the outside. And that took no time at all. My plantains are nice and toasty out of the air fryer. And let me show you what I have for grains and beans. This is what I meal prepped earlier in the week. I have just a mixture here of, it's brown rice, quinoa, barley, and buckwheat. You can cook them all together. They all cook at relatively the same rate. And this is just a great mixture. It has so many nutrients in it. So good for you. If you're going to eat grains, I highly suggest mixing them this way. Not only is it tasty, but you get all the good stuff. And it's so easy. Why not just throw them all in there together? It's really good though. No, you should try it. And I have a mix of beans. I have kidney beans, cannellini beans, some black beans, and some pinto beans in here. And I'm just going to build this all in my bowl. So on with my grains. And they're really hot. Really hot. And my beans. The cannellini beans are my favorite. They're always so creamy. They're really good. And I'll just put my plantains there. And let's see what our avocado looks like. I do have a backup if this one doesn't work out, but I think it's going to be okay. He's been in the fridge a little bit long, but yeah, he's perfect. So just a few slices of him on top of there and my sauce, and it will be time for dinner. And that looks just about perfect. To me, all that's left to do is add a little bit of my sauce on top. Oh, this is going to be good. I can already tell all of these flavors, all of these textures. The only thing it's missing is a little bit of cilantro. Still kind of sad. Actually, I'm kind of perturbed that they didn't have any at the store. I'm just going to cut a quick wedge of lime. Squeeze a little over the top of my plantain and my avocado. And I am going to go sit down and enjoy this beautiful bowl of food. So nourishing, so colorful, and I can't wait to eat it. All of that spice with just that hint of sweetness and a little bit of lime. Man, this is tasty. So simple, so basic, but so good. After I had a nice hot shower, I decided to have a little sweet treat nightcap. So I'm having some almond milk sweetened with a little maple syrup and some golden milk powder. And I have in my little bowl here just a couple of dates and some raw cashews. A perfect sweet treat to end the night. And I appreciate you guys watching so much. Thanks again. I hope you will like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel out, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!